Alright buddy, it's Kermit the Gaming Hermit here, back for another gaming video. So this is a pickups video which is, I want to say unprecedented because I've done a similar video like this in the past. And that's pretty much essentially taking advantage of when GameStop has great trading promotions. So if you remember last video, I traded some games I had mentioned, one of them being Wii Sports, or I picked up 2 trade-in. So since last video I traded in, which cost me $1.99 at GameStop. At Goodwill, I got $10 essentially from GameStop. Additionally, I also picked up some games. I was going to plan to do a multi-platform between my Xbox One, PS4, and that was, I picked up several copies of The Division 2. So they were on sale for $4.99 about 2 weeks ago at GameStop. And they were $5 new, essentially same price. I took advantage of the 4 for $10 sale for $49 and under games. So I picked up 4 copies for PS4 and Xbox One. Additionally, I got 2 that were new for $5. So essentially, for the cost of $20, I picked up these games. Last week, the value went up to regular full price, $40 for the games, about $35, $38 used, and as a result, the trading value skyrocketed. So what I picked up for 6 games of the Division 2 for $20, I was getting about $15, $17 trading credit almost, actually. And then if you put it towards a trade order, your trade in certain games gave you an additional 20% trade-in bonus. I was walking out trading in 2 copies of the game with $40 in trade-in credit and $5 towards a certain pre-order. So I did that 3 times over with $120 trade-in credit, and I put it towards getting some games that happen to be on sale. So if you remember, if you happen to be at GameStop or taking a look, there was a tax sale, and part of that tax sale had buy 2, get 2 games free for Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo DS, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3, as well as the Wii. So one thing as far as like game shopping economics is that every game eventually will go down in price. So you go back several months ago, Division 2, just like any other PS4 game or Xbox One game, was a $60 game. You fast forward enough time, this game is going to be a budget game. I will find this at my typical pawn shops I go to and find games for $2 each. I'll find that probably next gen. So does that mean the game is worthless? No, but the reality is that, there is a shelf life, and what the return on the investment is, it's diminishing. So there's very few games that actually hold on to their value. Essentially, as far as if you had $60 and you were going to buy yourself a brand new game today, I would say if you really got to pick between certain games and you want to get a game and get your $60 to buy you more, essentially, it really depends on as far as how you want to go about it. But if your goal is a brand new game that just came out, your best bet would be getting a Nintendo first party game. Reason being is that Nintendo games, you're essentially paying the Nintendo tax. It's a joke that's talked about on various videos, but games hold their value. Take a look now, for instance, on Nintendo Switch. It just hit its 3-year birthday. Look at games that were launch games. Games like Zelda Breath of the Wild. You still go to Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy. You're looking to pay $60 routinely for that game brand new. Go try to find a game from 3 years ago that came out at the same time as the Switch launch, and games that would have been $60 on PS4, Xbox One are probably going to be about $20. Maybe some might hold a little bit more value, maybe they're $30, but essentially, they are inexpensive games. So, that being said, when I train games to try to get store credit, what I try to take a look at are games where their value essentially has held firm. And usually you see that with older games. There's not going to be a huge rush for someone to go out and, buy a bunch of a certain Wii game because, oh dear, it's going to be run out. No, the Wii has come and gone. DS has come and gone. 3DS essentially has come and gone. With time, certain games might get a little bit more scarce. Maybe there's, desire for a sequel, we're not seeing it, and it's stuck on a certain platform. We see this, especially when games are stuck on a platform, that they may hold their value longer. This was especially the case on the Dreamcast for the original Shenmue. That game was only on the Dreamcast. However, once Shenmue 1 and 2 HD editions came out for PS4 and Xbox One, the value of the Dreamcast version slipped some. It was going for up to like $40-50. Now you probably can find it for $20 at GameStop, maybe $30 mint on eBay, perhaps less, but it's not nearly as valuable. So I decided to convert my trading credit and pick up some games that are harder to find. And I ordered about 12 games with my trading credit. I still have trading credit left over, right? Incredible. And so this is a part 1 of 2 video. Just take a look to see, as far as when you order games from GameStop, used games, older games, what is the likelihood that they're going to come out being with box and instructions, or just going to be a generic box, generic case. So I got 3 packages here, and these are from the purchases. There's 4 different tracking numbers I have. So far 3 out of 4 have arrived, and I gotta say, with the free shipping that GameStop has, the games come out pretty quickly. So I'm pretty pleased. And so let's open up. I have no idea what's inside as far as condition goes. I do know what the games are because, of course, I ordered them. So let's take a look to see as far as what we have as concerning the condition. So fingers crossed, because I have printed, cover art from scans online, and that's great and dandy because I like to have things neater on my shelves, but it's a pain in the butt, having to, refill ink cartridges. And so if it comes with the case art already, I'm pretty happy. So let's see, the shipping list, there are 3 games here. So for the Vita, there are the 2 Psychedelica games, Psychedelica of the Ashen Hawk and Psychedelica the Black Butterfly. The other game in this package is Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Starry Sky for Nintendo DS. So, for the 3 games, let's see what we have. Alright, Dragon Quest IX, surprise, surprise, cartridge only. So, that's to be expected, those things happen. So the nice thing about it is that if you look on the GameStop Reddit page, or if you go to certain GameStops kind of regularly, you can ask, hey, do y'all have any cases for certain games? They might have spare cases because maybe the game was sold cartridge only and they happen to have the case and forgot about it. So, I'll go to my local GameStop and say, hey, I ordered this game. Do you guys have the case by any chance? And see if I get lucky. Alright, next game. Psychedelica. Cartridge only. Generic. And last but not least, alright. Case cover art. Fantastic. Even has, wow. It's got some pretty neat bonus cards in here. So that's pretty nice. I can dig that. So 1 for 3 so far. So that's the first package. We have generic Vita, generic case for the DS. Not even a generic case. They just put in the little plastic container. You usually see these in the little, almost looks like little jewelry cases, where they have them all lined up with the little plastic case. So unfortunately, it is what it is. But we'll see. I'm very friendly with GameStop associates. Have several GameStops near where I live. So we'll see as far as if I get lucky. So, all right, next one. Packing slip says 2 games on the Vita: Street Fighter X Tekken, and for the 3DS, Etrian Odyssey 5: Beyond the Myth. So, not looking good. So Street Fighter X Tekken, cartridge only. It is what it is. And then generic Etrian Odyssey 5. Wah wah. Can't be helped. So far, not looking too good. We are 1 for 5. So, last but not least, let's see if we can turn the tide, because so far it's not looking too good as far as trying to keep things nice and neat. It looks like I might have my fingers all covered in ink trying to print off and refill cartridges. So, without further ado, sorry, it's a little bit clumsy. I'm using a Phillips screwdriver. Alright, packing slip says 1 game, Summon Night 6 Lost Borders for the PlayStation Vita. Alright, survey says, whoa! It's a brand new sealed game. Super nice. All right, so all things considered, I'm kind of surprised they actually did this because actually I think the price for the new version and the used version are essentially I think like 2 cent difference. And I'm pretty sure I ordered it as the used version. Yep, it's listed as pre-owned. So sometimes GameStop, and beforehand when I worked at EB Games, yes, I used to work for GameStop and EB Games. I'll have another story for that another time. But sometimes they decide to do what they call SKU swap, where essentially the new games will be marked as used games, and then they'll fall under the used price category. Sometimes that can be it's a two-edged sword because you might find the game bottom out in price for the new price, like say $15 or $19, and then it's twice as much used. So thankfully, Summon Night 6, brand new factory sealed, I love it because I don't like to open stuff up until I'm ready to play it. So that's what we have. So total we had 6 games, and of those 6, we were 2 for 6, so 1 out of 3. It is what it is. Well, we'll take a look. I'm supposed to have another package later this week, and we'll take a look at 6 more games and see how they turn out. Fingers crossed there's a little bit more artwork than what we had here so far. So, if you tuned in to the end of this video, thanks for hanging in there. If you like what you saw, go ahead and click the subscription button, click the bell for notifications. I'll see you next time. It's Kermit the Gaming Hermit. Take care. Bye.